Hey, we up late tonight, man. But what's up, Elam? Don't fall asleep. We got work to do, man. You know what it is. But happy Monday. About to roll over into this Taco Tuesday here in Los Angeles, California, where you are here joined by some of your favorite sports personalities. We're like, what did we say last time? Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, that type of blend, or
Yeah, I'm feeling like Macho Man. Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. Shout rest in peace to the great Macho Man. And then if you didn't know, go check us out on social media. Some are calling us the Key and Peel of the sports skits. Hey, we're about to
You
take over.
definitely not gonna find nobody out there with hotter skits. That's
No,
for sure.
yeah,
That's
hey.
for sure.
I got people here messaging me like, hey, I wonder what's next, man. So people on the lookout, but we are here. Mykell Mathieu, my guy, Eric Lambkins, the second E Lamb. E Lamb, what's up, man? Say what's up to the people.
Yo, man, what's up? You know who it is. It's your guy Elam. You are tuned into the Misfits, the hottest tag team tandem this side of the galaxy. Wait, no, this side of the universe. Um, got another dynamic show lined up. Your boy kind of went viral last week for some of my takes. So I guarantee you, it'll be some things that you like, some things that make you question your sanity. But just
Mhm.
always know that our takes are steeped in reality, they're well thought out. This is not clickbait. Shout out to the guy that was in our comment section who wanted to turn down the fade. You know what I'm saying? You're a scary Sherry, bro. You are a scary Sherry. You was popping all that madness. I told you to come hop on the show, and you respectfully declined. So just understand, if you come at me, we can handle it one or two ways. We can hop on the show, or I can show you what I know. So
let's keep let's
anyhow,
keep let's keep it
yeah,
nice.
what we got lined up for him?
We got some great stuff to talk about. Of course, we're gonna tackle everything LA sports because that's what we do here as journalists here in LA. Hip hop celebrating 52 years, but it's a big story going on in hip hop that
A few
we
of them.
have
A few
to
of them.
talk.
A few
Yeah, a
of them.
few of them. Donald Trump, he mentioned Los Angeles, National Guard. What the hell is going
He don't
on?
want that smoke. He don't want that
And
smoke.
we're gonna talk AP poll, college football, and so much more. But we gotta start, baby. Down there in
Where?
Orange County, the Anaheim Angels are
Here
the
we
Los
go.
Angeles Angels of
Here
Anaheim.
we
They
go.
win the Freeway Series for the first time in 2019, picking up a 7-4 victory. That's why I had to rock the orange because it's a celebration. But amen. How you feeling, man? Because we run this thing. If we played the Dodgers, I
Every
mean,
game?
as the Angel, we played them every game. We won 62-0 because we ain't lost to them yet this year. So shout out to the Halos doing their thing. Otani was able to hit a home run, but he dealing with a lot right now. So let's talk
I
about
know you
it.
didn't ask me how I feel. Listen to me, bro. Listen to how you sound. You celebrating regular season. You sound exactly like the Clipper fans talking about the Lakers. Listen, y'all not gonna hang any banners on this freeway series sweep, or not even sweep, but winning the freeway series. Listen, we're not worried about it. The Dodgers are worried about the postseason. We're still first place in our division. Y'all,
Okay,
wait, matter of fact, this is week three now, and you still have a beard. You owe me. So
but
every
then we
time
about
I
to
have to,
sweep. Hey, we about to sweep y'all.
every time I have to ask about when you gonna honor your bet, I'm gonna just add a week to it, bro. I'm gonna just
Hey,
add a week to it.
we about to sweep y'all, and that's going to dead all of that because nobody expected the Angels to sweep them, and that's they get back.
Listen, styles make fights, bro. Styles make fights. Y'all can beat us, but y'all can't beat nobody else. So,
Hey,
hey, I guess y'all
MLB.
can hang. I guess you can hang a banner in a clubhouse for that. But we not worried about it because we looking at hardware, bro. We trying to cop rings.
Nah, because all the Angels going to do is if y'all match up with a team in the first round, they just going to send all their players, put their jerseys on, and they going to smack y'all up, baby. But shout out to my Halos. 7-4. They take care of business. Winning game one. It's two more games in the series there in Anaheim. but that's 4-0 so far. So shout out to the real team of Los Angeles, baby.
Nah,
But Otani,
Orange County. That's Orange County. That's not
uh,
Los Angeles. I don't want to see you stomping out there on Normandy or Vermont, bro. So you know what I'm saying?
that's,
You go on
I'm
and
gonna
keep
be
that in
at
the house.
I'm gonna be at Angel Stadium going crazy if they go and sweep the Dodgers again. So I'm just, you wanna build somewhere. So this is a nice place to build. But your boy Otani, man, he dealing with a lot. Like he go out, he hit a home run today. We know about his situation with the translator, but this man Shohei is accused of sabotaging a $240 million Hawaii estate. What's going on with Otani,
I'm
man?
not worried about accusations, man. Being on the opposite side of negative coverage, bro, I firsthand have experience on how the media can manipulate, bro. It's not the whole story. I'm gonna wait for the entire story to come out because I don't know what happened, and I know every story has nuance. And here on this show, we tell stories with nuance, bro. We don't run with headlines.
No, I feel it so, but maybe Otani has joined you. Whenever my guy Elam hits Kansas City, he gets 5 stars right away. Otani might have a 5 stars in Hawaii. So that's just a Grand Theft Auto reference if you didn't know. But yeah, the man is dealing with a lot, so hopefully he can stay focused and take care of business because the Dodgers have championship aspirations. But if you don't
Again,
know about the scoop, look it up because it's crazy to see a superstar in the news dealing with such things. But let's take it away from my Angels' dominance of the Los Angeles Dodgers to week 1 of the preseason. Man, we were with the Rams together out there, and they took care of business. No starters really played. It was a Stetson Bennett show. What's
he
your
looked pretty
thought?
solid. He
No,
looked
he
pretty
looks
solid.
solid, but it's the preseason, dog. Like I don't really take much from it. I kind of hate that the
What?
preseason isn't the same. Yeah, I kind of hate. I used to like the 4 games. Week 3, you expect to see your starters, and then week 4, let's see who can make the team, and then the real things start. But
Man, there's
um,
a lot to take from the first week of the preseason. I'm telling
okay,
you right now, looking at the Rams scheme, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with,
okay.
especially that secondary. I keep saying it. The secondary is flying around. Cuzzo, Cam Lambkin had a pick
Ooh,
in
shout
the
out
end
Cutler.
zone. You know what I'm
Hey, a
saying?
great pick.
Great pick. Sean
Yeah.
Jolly didn't have the best of games, but I think week 2 he'll be able to bounce back. Desjuan Johnson, a friend of the program that I brought up, before, was looking stout against the pass. Was I think he generated 3 pressures. Um, if that's in the regular season, you either got By or Jared Verse cleaning that up, or Fisky coming in. Uh,
Mhm.
Xavier Smith. I'm telling you right now, Xavier is making this
Oh yeah,
team.
he has
Xavier
to.
Smith with the catch of the day, the highlight of the game. And my guy, Chris Paul Jr., the real CP, was out there flying around, assisting, dishing out tackles left and right. I love what I saw from him dropping in coverage. Listen, this Rams team is stacked from top to bottom. There are going to be some people that are going to make other rosters
Mhm.
once they parse down this roster to 53. Absolutely loved what I saw out of the Rams. But even more than that, I got to give a special shout out to my other cousin, CD Lamb. Listen, dude, keep your
Yeah.
head on the swivel when you on the
What,
sideline.
what are
Dude
you
almost got
doing?
injured. What
Yeah,
are you
what are you
doing?
doing, CD Lamb? Like for him not to see that and making that viral moment, getting smacked by the ref like that is like, come on now. But
He
for
was
the
looking
Rams,
at me in the press box, bro. He was trying to shout me out.
is that fam up there? But for the Rams, I got to give a shout out to the run game. Like they did a lot of really good things. Blake Corum last year, I would say, was kind of a disappointment. We expected more
What?
from him. Yeah, I don't think that he really did as much. I thought he was going to really be that 1-2 punch, but he didn't. Some of it he didn't really get the opportunity. But
Exactly.
but you got to come and take them reps. You got to come let them know, hey, I'm here.
You
I need
got
to get my
Kyron
touches.
Williams there, bro.
No, yeah, but this is the new age NFL. You're gonna play multiple backs usually, but he wasn't the guy. But he had 9 carries, 32 yards, 2 TDs. Hopefully he can break out and be that extra weapon out of the backfield. But for me, it all
Handcuffs.
it all came down to the Cowboys. What you've been hearing all from Cowboy camp and from these delusional Cowboy fans is that,
But
hey, if
this ain't gonna
if
be that year. This not that year.
never. I don't think they're ever gonna win another Super Bowl. But they've been screaming all about Joe Milton. If Dak Prescott messes up, we got a guy. Even Jerry Jones has been talking about we got to steal with that guy. That dude was what he likes to call pool
Oh,
cheese. He
cheese.
was missing easy throws, overthrowing guys. He just didn't look comfortable. And when I went to talk to Coach Brian Schottenheimer, he was like, "It's some things that he has to work on." Of course he does, because he struggled. He ended up finishing strong, but he got injured, hurt his elbow. But he don't look like a guy that no time soon should be anybody's starter, and maybe may never be that. So the Cowboy fans, you guys are delusional. That's your word of the day. I'm gonna steal that from the lamb chop. Word of the day, delusional. That's for you, Cowboy fans. You
Hey,
don't have to go for the future.
you know what Joe Milton reminds me of?
What's that?
Jimmy G, bro. If
Yeah.
Joe Milton, if Joe Milton is in the game, some bad things done happen. You know
Things
what I'm
won't
saying?
be the same. That's how you rhyme that, because he stunk it up. But yeah, but the Rams, they look solid. I can't wait to see more of the starters. But it's the preseason. But they're not the only team in Los Angeles, as we know. The Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. That's what I'm gonna call them. They were able to, get past the New Orleans Saints. Once again, preseason. I don't know what did you take away from it, because even looking at some tape today, I'm still trying to, like, what am I
Trey
supposed to
Lance came back down to earth.
do? Okay.
The run game is stout, like I've been saying. The offensive line, even without Rashawn Slater,
Ooh, for
still looks
years.
formidable.
Okay.
Still looks formidable. The defense, I'm loving what I'm seeing from the secondary. I didn't know how they would fare without Asante Samuel. They still look like they're going to be problematic. Dayon Henley, Dayon and the linebacking core, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So I'm still intrigued to see what comes from this Chargers, but the overall take was Trey Lance after a phenomenal Hall of Fame game kind of came back down to earth. Kind of saw like, okay, this is why the 49ers and why the Cowboys came off of them. Uh, but you think he's in the right system with the right coach, somebody who played the position at a high level that's
Yeah.
able to put you in a position to actually succeed. So I'm intrigued to see what comes about of Trey Lance moving forward.
I think the biggest takeaway, if we're going to have one for this, is that without Rashawn Slater, like, what is this offensive line going to exactly look like? And that's why I can't wait to see them in some meaningful football, whether it's this week, maybe they may play some starters or whatnot. But like, they didn't really show too much. Like, they were led by Trey Lance in rushing. We know he can run the ball, but damn it, you're paid to throw the ball. So what is going on there? Their defense, I think, is going to be solid, but you don't really see anything with these preseason games because a lot of the top guys aren't playing. But once again, on the other side, the quarterback, Tyler Show, I believe it is, he for the Saints. He showed some things, right? Everybody was going crazy when he was drafted over Shador Sanders, who we're going to talk about later, but he showed some things. But you want to see a little bit more from a guy who people have these high hopes and high praises for. But preseason football, Chargers, Rams, they pick up wins, and whenever you can get a win, it's always a good thing, especially at home. So shout out to SoFi, man, our second home. They held back-to-back games.
There's
Hey,
no place like home.
Hey, that part. Hey, if you haven't seen them break down the field at SoFi, it is amazing
It's
how
yo,
fast.
it's crazy because like 20 minutes after the game, The logo in the middle of the field is gone. They
Yeah,
start attacking the end zones. I'm like, dude, like an hour after the game, it's like they pretty much got this waxed off.
yeah. They wax on, wax off. He has mastered that. So shout out to what do you call them? The field? What do they call those guys?
The field crew.
Field crew.
Yeah, I'm gonna call them the field crew. I
Okay.
gotta find a homie on the field crew, man. So
No,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
just
some exclusive interviews with the field crew on how they go about breaking it down because it truly is a remarkable,
it's an
feat to
art.
watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just they out there pulling up, the actual grass. Like they out
Yeah,
there with the little vehicle, washing it off and soaking it back
they
up. Pause.
they
But
they killing
it's
it.
it's dope.
Yeah, it's really dope that they're killing it, doing their thing. But speaking of doing their thing, after disappointing me, right, on
You always
Saturday,
disappointed though.
I but the Sparks has kind of been, waking me up, keeping me more excited.
Mm,
But they took a L to the Valkyries, which was a
mm.
big game. We had to deal with friend of the show, Nick Hamilton, talking mess to me while we were at the Rams game. But they got their get back. They came back the next night, trailing early, make a big run in the second quarter, and then closing in the fourth quarter to pick up a win, putting them only
Erica
at half.
Hamby with a 3-point play with 5.6 seconds left
Ooh,
to play. Listen,
yeah.
KP showed up, D Ham showed up. I want to say Azare showed up. Rakia
Cameron
didn't
Brink.
have the best of games. Cam
Yeah.
Brink, she did her thing. The thermostat, Ray Burrell, she was out there flying around playing defense. Listen, if the Sparks are able to manage to package this for 4 quarters every game, they got action against any team. This
Anybody.
is the second time. This is the second time in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks that they've beaten the Seattle Storm. Seattle's one of the top, what, 4 or 5 teams in the league. That's not something to scoff at. So,
You would
if,
think they're only half a game behind Seattle 16-16. The Sparks are 15-16. And shout out to, De'Erica doing her thing. Rakia, the Beauty and the Beast, she was able to make some buckets late there. But I've really been excited about what I've seen from Cam. I think they kind of figure out how to use her. Last year, they was trying to put her in the post more. This year, they're like, man, she's going to do pick and roll. She's going to pop. When she got to go to the back, she's going to. She's knocking down the three ball. Of course, she's going to block shots. Like I've been really impressed and excited about what I've seen from Cameron Brink. So a shout out to her because she's making me a believer. People were saying I was a hater because I'm like, I don't know if I believe it. I wish we had Angel Reese, but she's slowly making me a believer.
I want to see Cam become a more proficient 3-level scorer. I want to see her put the ball on the floor, take people off the dribble, pull up from the mid range, a la Agent Wilson. You and I have had this conversation before about her comp game being to like Pau Gasol. I've mentioned to her before
Anthony
in
Davis.
pressers.
Mhm.
I've mentioned to her before, like, has she considered working with Hakeem Olajuwon? But I think really the person that she really needs to get in the lab with, man, is the great Lisa Leslie, man. She
Facts, yeah.
reminds me defensively a lot of Lisa.
Mhm.
Lisa could do more, and she showed you more, especially on the block, that I think can tap into. But I think if she really locked in with Lisa Leslie, man, I think her game will really, go to the next step.
Hey, so they got some nicknames for the team. They got Beauty and the Beast. I love that one. Lisa Leslie used for
Shout out
Rakia.
to you for emergency contact.
Oh, yeah,
I
emergency
really like
contact.
that one.
De'Erica Hamby, just a player that you can count on, and they lead the way, man, and they're finding a way to make it happen. We're going to be in the building tomorrow night as the Sparks are going to face off against the defending champs, who they beat at the buzzer with Rakia Jackson's shot. So I know it's going to be exciting. The fields in the arena, we were there last week. The fields is much different for this team. People are showing up because people are starting to believe. And I'm about to pull up the standings right here. Like they are right there. They're only a half game behind Seattle, bro. Like that's so crazy to me because I'm like, it's no way they're going to catch Seattle, but they're in a battle with Seattle, with Vegas, with the Valkyries to try to get there. So let's see. They sit right now in the 9th spot, a half game behind Seattle. They're a game behind the 7th spot, Valkyrie, and they're 2 games behind the 6th or the 5th spot, Indiana Fever. So they can make some noise, baby.
And the fever is still without Caitlin Clark. They're without Sid Colson. They're without,
Eric
Eric
McDonald.
McDonald,
Yep.
who both she and Sid are out for the rest of the year. It's so
Mhm.
crazy to me that they both got injured during the same game. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that the Sparks are able to make some noise and make a playoff push. Listen, the first 10 games, I was saying, are these people crazy? Are they nuts? But shout out to a friend of the program, DJ Tracy Treese, and her
Yes, yes.
toxic positivity. I
Yeah.
didn't believe initially, but she converted me, man. So, I am part of the church of toxic positivity. I do
Okay.
think, I do think these Sparks are going to make a playoff push. I do.
No, I'm with you. I think it's going to be playoff basketball in LA, and the Misfits are going to be in the building to make sure that you're updated with everything when it comes to the Sparks. But that's it for LA right now. You know,
Never. It's never
we got
it.
some.
It's never
No,
it.
it's not over because we got some bigger things to talk about. But we want to kind of move on from that before we have to talk about what's going on with the other orange guy that we know that they call President of the United States. So preseason football. Let's get back to it. Shedeur Sanders has been a big name. People have been talking about there. I've never seen people gassing a week 1 preseason game like this, but it's happening. We got to discuss it here because I
But
know
it's a
you feel.
reason why, man. There's a reason why.
What's the
He
reason
was
why?
he initially was the proverbial number 2 pick in the draft. I thought, it was a foregone conclusion that Shador Sanders was going number 2. Happens that every team passed on him, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. He lands in the 5th round in Cleveland. Listen, Shador Sanders, I'm not gonna say he had the best game. It wasn't an A+ game, but he looked solid. He made plays from the pocket. The
Elam,
pressure.
Elam, you're
What?
falling for it. You're falling for the Church of Sanders. And yes, he can show the watch off. He has a bunch of followers, but it is the preseason. He didn't win it with Colorado. I was never truly a believer of it. I just think it's a lot of gas that they give him, but it's the preseason. It's preseason
He
game
didn't
number.
have the line in Colorado. Like
Man,
what? Like who was the blocking for him?
hey, you
Nobody.
should know how to. If you great, you got to know how to get the passes off. To at least win regular season games. I didn't say
He
win
he
the.
did. Colorado had won just like one game. He in his first year at
Oh,
Colorado, he
he won 5.
owned it.
He won 5
Okay, that's a
games.
5X. That's a 5X. To say Shador Sanders, I'm not saying he should have won a Heisman. I'm not saying that. But to look at the leadership, my dude, it was a
He
fire in
played
the
with it.
projects in Cleveland. Shador Sanders goal shows up. He brings food trucks, the whole 9. Like you can look at the glimmer and the gleam in Miles Garrett's eye when he's talking to him on the sideline. These
What?
dudes
Hey,
believe in him.
what is Miles Garrett supposed to say? Hey man, this dude is a bum. I don't know
It's
why
not
we jump.
it's
Of
not
course
about
he's
what he
gonna talk about
says.
his
It's about
teammate.
the interactions. Mykell, you done played on teams, bro. You know if somebody's a bum, you like, man, get to the end of the bench. Like, don't why are
Yeah,
you talking to me?
but you're not going to unless they are, like their behavior is terrible, and they like think they better than what they are, and they clowns, and you see that, then you're gonna attack it. But he comes in, he attacks, he works hard and things like that. Game day, he walk in with the squad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, this must be their starter right there. He must got it locked down, and he puts together a nice little preseason performance, which once again defenses aren't really scheming, so you can't really tell much, but people are
But it's not
going
like the
crazy.
offense is scheming.
No, I know you just out there playing catch. It's like 7-on-7 with a pass rush, and he was able to look solid. And guess what the Browns felt about that? They said, you know what? we're gonna keep you at that fourth spot in the quarterback rotation behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Dylan Gabriel. I honestly think that the Browns are just like, hey, we just want to try to show him off as much as we can possible, so that we can possibly move him to a team that might be desperate for a young quarterback who might fall for the, hey man, that guy is balling, So some team is gonna fall for it. So for the Browns, you're gonna get something out of it. But we already know the Browns stink. They're not set up for anything great in the future anytime soon. So they just going through the motions the same way
I'm gonna
we
tell
should go.
you.
We'll see what
I'm gonna tell
happens.
you. I'm gonna tell you who should give the Browns a call. Saints, bro. If I'm the Saints, you got to
I
give them
don't
a call.
know because you drafted Tyler Show in the third round out of Louisville. That it'll be kind of like, oh, he failed,
Did
and he
Tyler
didn't.
look better than Shador? Did Tyler look better than Shador?
He looks. They
And
looked about.
it wasn't like he was playing against starters. He was playing
Yeah,
against dudes that's in the second, you know what I'm saying, second string, third string. So if we compare fruit, you know what I'm saying? Shador played the same caliber of players that Tyler
yeah.
played, and Shador looked remarkably better.
I
That's
wouldn't
the
say
thing that
remarkable. I wouldn't say because Tyler Show, he was like 12 for 19, 140 plus yards, one
did he
touchdown.
throw two tubs? Did he
Nah,
show
he
the
scored.
leadership? Did he show the pocket presence?
He showed a little bit. He has a stronger arm. He showed that he showed a little bit. I don't think it's too
Is he
great.
as accurate? Is he as accurate? See, I think a lot of people get caught up in that arm talent type stuff, right? Oh, he can throw the ball 80
I'm an arm
yards
talent
off his
guy.
back
I'm an
foot.
arm talent guy.
Listen, that means nothing. If your quarterback can get the ball out quickly, if he can process information quickly, and if he's accurate, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Peyton Manning, for example, did not have the strongest arm, but how did he beat you? He beat you with this right
Yeah,
here.
he was
Shador
general.
Sanders is cut from that cloth, man. I'm trying to tell you.
We gonna see, but a lot of people praising what he did. Let's see what his run gonna look like this week. Is week 2 of the preseason. Of course, they're gonna continue to gas. He's in a tough spot because if he plays well, they're gonna gas it up like crazy, even if it's just a preseason. Or if he plays bad, people are going to kill him. So he has to be ready for both worlds. But to get this little stench off of me of talking about bad quarterbacks. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. He threw a touchdown in his first preseason game. So
It's
shout out to
preseason.
my guy.
It's
Shout out to my,
preseason.
oh yeah. But you know what he do when the regular season comes. 3 straight Super Bowls made in a row.
Did
So
he win his last one?
shout out to
Did he win his
15.
last one?
It's a
Did he
new
win his
season.
last one?
New
Oh,
season.
okay.
We don't talk about the
Got you.
last game. We talk about the next one. So
Okay, got you.
I'm excited for that. Hey, so man, it's just a lot of things going on. I'm trying to think. Should we? Maybe we should save our second week of keep them or ditch them, the running back edition. We're gonna save that for y'all. So make sure y'all tap in next week. If you missed it last week, we did our quarterback keep them or ditch them. New little thing we got here with the Misfits, but should we talk Trump, man? Do we have to move on to that? Is
Man,
there any more?
listen to me, bro. The mere fact that he had the unmitigated gall, the audacity to mention this city. Ah, man, you tripping, bro. You tripping. To think that what's going down in DC, that you and because it's the federal capital, right?
Yeah.
It's the nation's capital. You have all the requisite pieces. You got the FBI, the CIA is, across the way in Virginia. You got the Department of Homeland Security. That's literally the nexus, the headquarters of all these entities. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot easier for you to move about Washington, D.C., and essentially fortify yourself to make a castle, to make Washington, D.C. feel like a castle. Out here in the Wild Wild West, listen, man, Tupac told you, we'll burn this thing down if you start tripping. And so, what I think, President Trump is going to try to do, call a National Guard, move into LA. This is not the type of city that you want to make those moves. If you really want to see black and brown people come together in this city, this is the way to go. It's not gonna pan out that the way that you think it is.
Yeah, and it's just a unique situation. I wanted to tackle this before we get into the AP poll talk because there's some craziness going on there. But just like the craziness, it's so crazy. It's crazy with Orange going on with the AP poll. It's crazy Orange going on with Mr. Donald Trump.
It's burnt.
But
It's burnt.
yeah, it's burnt. Oh, burnt orange. Okay, but what I can remember, right, being protesting in 2020. They called the National Guard out there, and it was still some craziness going on with that. But it's much different time when it comes to the ICE situation because schools are going to be starting soon, and these ICE agents may try to be showing up to these people's schools and looking for students and things like that. From where I'm hearing, schools have plans in order to try to make it as hard as possible for these ICE agents trying to take the students. So Donald Trump, like, he's a guy that's almost like, I don't know how to describe, because he's not a bully, because he ain't going that far, but he's trying
He's
to
picking the low hanging fruit, man. So
yeah.
like him talking about, hey, I'm gonna corral all the homeless people. Listen, LA has a dire problem. The state of California has a dire problem when it comes to homelessness. Not just here, Oakland, the city, San Francisco, San Jose, San Diego. Like, oh my gosh. Uh, but how he's going about it,
Yeah.
it's really, like you're setting up internment camps and preying on people that are vagrants, essentially,
Mhm.
all the undesirables, and to think that people are going to be complicit and sit idly by. I think that's a crazy thing to do. And in no way, shape, or form am I advocating for violence, right? Let me preface this statement. In no way, shape, or form am I advocating for violence. However, I am going to say, to me, it don't matter if you left or right, if you vote Democrat or Republican, the only way forward is going to be some sort of revolution, right? I
Fact.
think what is beginning to happen, uh, the president is starting to lose a lot of ground with a lot of people, particularly over this Epstein case, right? People
Mhm.
want him to unredact and release in total the Epstein files, and he's doing everything but that. And people are catching on to it, and and
Oh,
and and he's starting to lose a lot of his base. And so a lot of the things that he's doing now is to try to, reel them back in, but all he's doing is pissing them off and insulting their intelligence and pissing off the other base who was never for him. But the thing that the thing that has me question a lot is like those big Second Amendment guys, right? When the government becomes tyrannical, like, oh, we're going to stand up to the government. It's
yep.
starting to happen right in front of your face. And so it's going to come a watershed point to where people have to decide where they're going to stand. Are they going to fight the government, or are they going to be complicit in allowing a, dare I say, dictatorship to really lay siege and take hold in America? I don't have a horse in this race because I'm neither. I'm truly independent, you know,
That
libertad, to the fullest.
my
So
party.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see how it all unfolds, because if it unfolds the way that I think it will, it's time to go to work.
Yeah, and it's just time for the people to be as one. Like you said, I don't vote Democratic. I don't vote Republican. If I'm part of any party, it's gonna be the Black Panther Party, baby, all day. They probably gonna come get us for that, Elan. But hey, we're having fun here. But yeah, just this whole situation is going when you messing with these major cities where there's a lot of fight back and people who are disagreeing to what you're sending their way. That's when things can get ugly. But like you said, I really think he is just using this as a distraction because people are like, we want to see them file. Macy Gray on training day said, I want to see that warrant. We want to see them files because we need to see if your name is on that list. you come with all this out of the left field. We need to know what the hell is going on with you, Mr. President. So hopefully we get to figure something out with that, because sometimes it feels like he's doing his job and sometimes I feel like he's missing an action when we want certain things, and that's what we see. But speaking of missing an action, Elam, we just had to get that talk out the way for the people who like the political talk and things like that. But we got to talk about the USC Trojans, who are missing in action, Elam, when it comes to the AP polls. The SEC, they do what they do, baby. They out here and they are big time as usual. But no USC in the polls, which is crazy. I can't remember the last time they weren't top 25 to start the season. But shout out to the SEC, who does their thing. Texas representing them
For the first time ever. For the first time ever. Which is crazy to me, because I kind of felt like when Ricky Williams was playing on that team, I just knew that they were number one. Nope. Colt McCoy? Nope.
Vince Young?
First time ever?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
That's major, bro.
No, yeah.
It's still horns down, though. It's still horns down.
That's major. It might be horns up, because that boy Arch Manning is ready to take over the football scene.
Okay.
And he is ready to go crazy. And I'm locked in. You know how I feel about quarterbacks who people say have special abilities, like a certain guy that I know. But I think Arch Manning is about to show the world.
What has he really showed you, dude? In high school, he was playing against a whole bunch of dudes that weren't going to make it to D1. You're telling me he's supposed to be this generational talent and you can't beat out Quinn Ewers? Come on, man.
It's a veteran quarterback in a way. I see how it happens. Sometimes that can happen where the coaches want to respect the vet.
But if you that nice, bro, if you that nice, like, come on, I'm better than you.
He about to show it, and mark my words, he has a chance. If he stays healthy and he can get to the right team once he go pro.
It's a whole bunch of prefaces. It's a whole bunch of you giving yourself so many ways out. Is Arch Manning the dude?
To be the best Manning
Is Arch
that
Manning
we've ever seen, and we've seen some great Mannings from his grandpa.
Is Arch Manning the dude?
I think he is the guy, and he is going to shut people up and prove them wrong. I already got you to renege when it came to your talk about the Sparks. I may do the same when it comes.
You owe me a beard. So look, beard and hair. Beard and hair. End of the year. Beard and hair.
Hey, last year he did his thing. 939 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in a short stint. He was
playing against garbage.
He got some run. He did a little bit when he got his chance. He got some big time run, big time play.
You making it sound like you like I remember when Bronny James was going wild on Instagram, like, oh, Bronny, look at his highlight reel. Look at what he's doing on Instagram. Dude, that doesn't mean anything. That don't mean bow, diddly, or squat. Hey, Arch Manning ain't showed me nothing yet.
When he got his opportunities, he was able to show you to where it's like, yo, it might be something really there. And we've been hearing for years people raving about his talent coming from that family. They got to be saying it for a reason. And I think that this is his opportunity.
They're trying to get him to the league, bro. They're trying to get him. That's exactly what they're supposed to do.
And I can't believe you dare throw Bronny James' name in with this guy. This guy's projected to go number one. Bronny was never projected to be that type of guy. So
they ain't showed me nothing yet.
Clearly, people believe in Arch because they got Texas number one for their first time ever after so many great teams. Let's talk about this top 10, because of course UCLA nowhere near this, USC nowhere near this list. But do you like Penn State at number 2? That's a unique spot.
That's so crazy to me because they lose Tyler, the tight end, right?
Yeah.
They lose their quarterback, I think. What do they really have?
They lose Abdul Carter. Yeah, they don't even have
Abdul. He's in New York, right?
Yeah,
he went to New York?
the
Yeah.
Giants.
So it's like their top players, they lost to the draft. What does Penn State have? What am I missing? What
Yeah.
am I missing? Because I don't
Well,
see it.
we
And you
disagree.
got
Yeah,
James Franklin who cannot win a big game to save his life. James Franklin is black
right.
freaking Lincoln Riley.
Wow. Okay. The Black Lincoln Riley. Yeah, like that one was a head scratcher because I'm like, you lose so much that why is this the pick? You picked him over Ohio State, who's bringing back some
Who
talent.
just won a natty? Who
You
just
picked him
won a
over
natty?
You picked him over Clemson, who was bringing back the most returning players from last year's team. I think the two orange teams should be at the top, Texas and Clemson.
Dabo
But
ain't been the dude since players started getting paid officially.
I think this year he has a chance to change it because the ACC, other than Miami, could be a cakewalk. We got to see if Florida State has a bounce back year, but I don't trust that. So they might have a real opportunity. But yeah, man, the top 10: Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, Georgia, Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, Miami, and some of them teams open up the season. But I might say something blasphemous right now, Elam, that
Always.
a lot of people might not like. With this playoffs and how teams can lose 2-3 games and still win a championship like Ohio State did last year, it damn near got me missing the BCS, man. It got me
And that
missing
is blasphemous.
here every
That is
game
blasphemous.
meant something. You had to play and prove it every week if you wanted to be a top 2 team. And I just remember wanted to watch every big game in college football when the BCS was around because you knew that if you lost, you have no chance to win a national championship. Now teams are like, hey, now we can put a little bit better competition on our schedule because if we lose 2 games, all right, just win our league
I'm gonna
and win
I'm
the
gonna tell
championship
you three things
playoff.
that I know. I'm gonna tell you three things that I know.
What's
No
that?
way, no sir, no how. Is the BCS any better than the college football playoff? The reason being, you could lose the last week of the regular season and get knocked out of contention for the national championship. At least with this, if
Not
you
true. Not true. I seen
not true.
Oklahoma lose to Kansas State in the
UCLA, the last time they were even competitive with K McNown, lost like one of the last weeks of the regular season. It got knocked out of the national championship.
who did they
What do you
lose
mean? No
to?
way, no sir, no how.
That was big. Who they lose to? Because I saw Oklahoma lose to Kansas State in the Big 12 championship where Darren Sproles went crazy for you throwback football fans, and they still got into the chip. But I just miss what every game was. I do not want to lose. We want to
Every
try to
game
go
is still
undefeated.
that way. Every game is still that way.
Feel that losing is a little more acceptable because, like, hey, if we do lose this one, we just take care of business in the other ones because it's the top. What is it? 12? It's still 12. Did they go up
If
yet?
Boise State loses a game, what do you think happens? They get knocked out of contention. If
That's Boise
SMU
State.
loses a game, what do you think happens? They get knocked out of contention. In the college football playoff, you have to win, period. Unless you are one of the big five, right?
Mm-hmm.
SEC, ACC, Big Ten, Big 12, and Pac, whatever it is now.
And Ben, I want Ben at me. I know
You're
Ben got my
automatic.
back on this one. Ben
You
got
said
my
what?
back on this one. Ben got my back on this one. I know he missed the BCS, man. We want to see the games really mean something every week.
It
We don't
does
want to
mean
see
something because
we don't
listen,
want to
bro.
see a team that's
If
14
you're
to
not
3.
playing for your conference championship, you're hoping, wishing, and praying that you can get 10, maybe 8 through 12. Like you're hoping, wishing, and praying. Outside of that, you don't have a chance. So a two-loss team in the SEC is a lot stronger than a one-loss team at SMU. You haven't played anybody. You haven't played
Yeah,
anybody. And
I
that
like to see
means something.
I like to see my champions undefeated. It just feel a little different.
Nah,
And then
bro. I
maybe
want
I
to
got
see the
beef.
best of the best.
Hey,
I want
maybe
to see the best of the best.
I got beef with the playoffs too because they took away the beef bowl from the Rose Bowl, man. I want to go eat some free Lorries. So
Hey,
that
Lori's is hella overrated, bro. Listen,
yeah.
they're
Oh, here
not
comes the Lorry
sponsored, so I'm
disrespect.
not gonna sing their praises. Lori's restaurant out here in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills
Beverly
is
Hills, yeah.
hella overrated. Save your money. Do not go. It is overrated. The only thing that's good was the potatoes. That was it. The steak, hella overrated.
That apple pie ice cream was pretty good. But yeah, man, shout out to college football. It is near. It is very, very close. They got some haymakers to open up the season. I was trying
Who
to pull.
who's your national championship right now? Before any football is played, who's your national champion?
I'm going to go UT making it to the national championship. Arch Manning having a Joe Burrow type of season. And his one season started. If you remember, Joe Burrow only started 1 year, went crazy, first pick. Now he's Joe Cool, number 2. And then, man, I think that Clemson, man, I just think they returning so many players. They got the coach, they got the quarterback. The ACC is nearly cupcake. Other than Miami, I like Carson Beck over there at the U. I would love to see the U make it because college football is just different when the U going crazy. But I like Texas. I like Clemson. That's who I would choose. Who do you have?
You had the wrong SEC team, bro. You had the wrong SEC team.
Who you
Listen,
got?
it's gonna be
Bama?
Big Ten. It's gonna be Big Ten, SEC, the national champions, the Ohio State versus
Wow.
them dogs, bro. UGA. Watch for them. Listen to me.
Okay.
Lambkins making his prediction
New,
today.
new quarterback for them, so that's going to be unique. But week 1, August 23rd to September 1st, you got some big games. Texas, Ohio State. We're going to see who's champion is ready to go right off the bat. Alabama, Florida State matchup, LSU, Clemson. So that's what's, if there is any positive maybe about the playoffs is that you get some of these big matchups that people will run from because they want to try to stay undefeated. And then you got Notre Dame and Miami. So week 1 coming up, August 23rd, it gets cracking. And then September 1st is when it ends. But it's going to be some good football, man. I can't
I
wait.
gotta ask you, Kels,
What's
these
up?
two LA squads, these two LA schools, where
Mm-hmm.
do you think they'll fare by the time the
Yeah.
season ends?
I think that UCLA can get to 500. I just think that slowly they're trying to get some talent, some recruits there. You got the quarterback from Tennessee who is there, was a 5-star guy. They just want to slowly win and try to get some talent there. I think Coach Foster can get them to that. And USC, I don't think going to be that much better. They might be 7-5. You know what I'm saying? They might be a game better. I just think that USC is damn near in a rebuilding stage, and that's not when Lincoln Riley is at his best. If it wasn't for him being paid all this money, he would be hitting the road, Jack. But because he's
Cut it,
getting paid,
cut it,
it's gonna be
cut it,
it's gonna be hard.
cut it.
But both teams are not gonna be great.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think, in all honesty, I think if Lincoln Riley loses 4 games this season, he's getting cut on the tarmac, a la Lane Kiffin. Deshaun Foster, I do think he's going to be bowl eligible. He's going to sneak into a bowl game. Do I think they'll win it? Depends on who they play. But yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. But if somehow maybe UCLA and USC can merge, then maybe they could have been something. But it don't work like that. But speaking of
all
merging,
LA team, all
yeah,
LA team.
that would be crazy, huh?
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That'd be crazy.
The
But
Westwood Trojans.
speaking of merges, it'll be the Elam team. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
speaking
the
of merges,
Trojans.
ESPN, NFL, the merger. Weeks ago, many, many weeks ago, people were talking about it, and you wasn't sure if it was speculation, if it was a rumor, but that came true. The
This is
ESPN,
huge.
yeah, Disney Mickey Mouse owns the NFL network, NFL Red
Does the
Zone.
mouse own the NFL network or does the NFL own 10% of the mouse?
That's the question. But it's gonna be unique to see when it comes to the how this thing works when it comes to like the channels and stuff. Because if you are a viewer of ESPN like myself, you know when football season comes, it damn near feel like NFL network on ESPN. But now since they actually have an official NFL network, now they have their own network. It's going to be very unique. But this kind of feels like Vince McMahon and the WWE purchasing WCW, and it was great at the beginning, but it ended up becoming watered down. What's your thoughts, Elam, on what's going to happen?
Man, make them an offer that you can't refuse. If you can't beat them, buy them.
Mm,
I'm intrigued to see like Rich Eisen back on ESPN. I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm interested to see like how Stephen A. Smith gets put on the back burner. There's too much quality content, too many people who actually know the game
Mm-hmm.
on the NFL network. Maurice Jones-Drew, Harry Douglas,
Yep.
uh, Kyle Brandt. There's some quality people with on both stations on both networks where they could do some crossovers, some very intriguing crossovers.
Facts.
So I'm interested to see how that unfolds. But I think this is huge for both parties. This is huge for both entities because all it does is amplify their voices, their platform, and if I dare say, it creates an opportunity for the
That part
Misfits to join.
to join. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking for my wrestling fans, I'm thinking of DX showing up to WCW with the tank. Maybe we might have to go buy a tank and show up right here in Inglewood to the headquarters of NFL Network and say, hey, we want to be in there or we're taking over. So it's going to be something to look out for when it comes to the Misfits. But I'm happy that's what they're saying is that they're not going to mess with NFL Red Zone. People love NFL Red Zone so much.
They call him Chris Hansen. I call him Chris Handsome.
Scott Hansen fan. He said Scott, he's a handsome. I call him Scott Handsome. But you have Scott Hansen who's going to be able to, huh?
You know what that's from, right?
Yeah, that's from Boondocks.
Yeah.
You know it, man. You know, Coacher, my boy. We ain't like this other guy we're going to talk about a little later. But, I'm happy that the NFL Red Zone is going to be intact. I hope everybody out there know that means there's going to be a lot more Pat McAfee. He's an NFL guy. So we're going to see a lot more of him. We don't have to worry about him. Harry, who's that on the show? Him, AJ Hawk. Who's the guy on the show with him? The former, what was he? Darius Butler?
D. Butler, yeah.
Yeah, Darius Butler, NFL guys. So it fits right into their lane. So they're going to tackle it. But I'm just interested how they're going to set this up because it's going to be very interesting. But shout out to the ESPN. They own their WWE. They like you said, what's that saying you said? If you can't beat them, buy them?
If you can't beat them, buy them. But lo and behold, don't sleep. BET is coming. BET is coming. Listen, I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before you catch the Misfits on some platform, whether it be Roku, whether it be BET, whether it be NFL Network, ESPN, ABC, Paramount. Listen, it's only a matter of time, and you guys are getting in on the ground floor. I know what I know. I know the conversations that are being had. The Misfits are coming.
Yeah, and I hope y'all ready for it. Y'all better be. But we can talk sports all day. That's what we do. We love it to the depth of us. But we also love this thing called hip hop. And we want to show some love to hip hop because today is celebrating 52 years. And we have to show love to it. Elam, hip hop, man. Like a lot of people don't talk about this today, but I want to know this. What does hip hop mean to you, Elam? Because 52 years is a long time. And for guys like us, it's been a part of our entire journey.
Entire life, bro. I remember listening to Planet Rock in my dad's blue Datsun. You know what I'm saying? My dad had a little rabbit, or my mom had a rabbit. I can remember
Okay.
listening to the message. Listen, hip hop is everything to me. It has literally made a man out of me. It has taught me how to handle every emotion. It has taught me so much. Shout out to Wu Tang. I learned more listening to Wu Tang that I listened or that I learned at two prestigious tier one institutions. Hip hop is everything to me, man. So shout out
Mm.
to the Bronx. Shout out to the Boogie Down.
DJ
The
Cool Herc,
DJ Cool Herc. Uh,
African Bombada.
African Bombada,
Yeah.
everybody in the park, you know what I'm saying, who used to plug into the street lights. Hip hop, man, has literally gone around the world. I remember touching down in South Africa, and Cass was like, "Oh, having hip hop conversations in South Africa absolutely blew my mind." Talking
Yeah.
top five greatest MCs in the middle of Baghdad, Iraq.
That's
Absolutely,
great.
like who would have thought that some ghetto black and Puerto Rican kids in the Bronx would come up with a style of music, a genre of music that would literally transform the world. What does
Yeah.
hip hop mean to me? Hip hop
Mhm.
is me. Hip hop is me. How I
No,
write,
definitely.
how I talk, how I act. Hip hop is me, bro.
No, facts, and it's the same, like, because it don't even just affect the music. It's the culture that was created from it. You know what I'm saying? The style, how people dress, the lingo, just bringing that cool to you. You know, back in the day, we had in the '60s, they had the Motown era where it was the slick hair and the tight suits and things like that. Hip hop just it was mostly about being cool. It was mostly about community togetherness, and that the community is not just the good, but also the bad that goes on. Give you the real and raw of where a lot of us come from, and being in LA and getting the hip hop. I grew up, a young kid can remember listening to Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Tupac Shakur, Snoop Dogg. Then being able to put on some headphones and feel like I'm walking in New York listening to Biggie and Nas and Jay-Z when he started to get on. Like, it just brings you a different type. For me, it brings you a different type of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in school just sitting in the car knowing that, hey, when I get out of here, I know I'm on a college campus, I got to get this education, but I want to try to get me some honey. So I would throw him some Lil Wayne, and he was talking that slick talk for a short guy. So I would get out the car with a superpower after listening to that. And I just think that it brings that to you. It gives you that superpower that you feel. And these dudes was like uncles, you know what I'm saying? That you were able to learn about dealing with women and dealing with cats from the streets and grinding with folks together and things like that. Like, they were like uncles giving you that game. The only difference, they were doing it over beats. And today it continues to grow and be different, and it's still top tier. But I just always remember them early days, me and my older bro, and we just listening to the 90s, the golden era, the Wu-Tangs, and LL Cool
Nas's,
J,
Big
and
L's.
yeah, Big L's, Big Pun, Fat Joe, and them guys, DJ Quick, Warren G, and all of the figures on the West. Like, it's his own culture, bro.
So
Damn.
I gotta ask you, sales be damned. We throwing, you know, platinum status out the window.
Oh
Top
yeah.
five, top five, regardless of era, regardless of
My favorite. Okay.
accolades. Your top five spitters, MCs. Who's
Oh,
your top
just
five?
we're not talking about spitters. I gotta throw Big in there. Big is one of the greatest, of course. I'm gonna go Slim Shady. Shady, I think, is crazy when it comes to the lyrics. Nas, you know how I feel about Nas. I always say that Nas is probably the GOAT that we don't talk about enough. Number four, gotta go Hove, man. Like Jay, from Reasonable Doubt all the way to, 444 has been amazing. So that leaves me with one spot. And
You gonna say Kendrick?
huh?
You
Yeah,
gonna say Kendrick?
I'm
You
thinking
gonna
about
say Kendrick?
Kendrick. Yeah, I was thinking about a dark horse. I would think about Common. Common is one of those dudes that I think gets slept on. He's a spitter that he didn't have to go super gangster. Like, he was able to stay himself, but he is a guy that you have to respect his pen. And then just thinking of spitters, I would look at a guy like Lupe, Method Man. Guys like that can really rap. It's not just, we're not talking about just making songs and stuff like that. I'm talking about rap. And a lot of people, I think, more than ever today, they disrespect Kendrick's ability to rap because he realized with his platform that he has a voice and he should be talking about certain things. But if you go back to when he was really just making his name and he just became Kendrick Lamar, and he was dropping more freestyles, the dude was a crazy spitter. So that'll be my 5. J, M, Nas, Big, and Kendrick Lamar. I gotta shout out Tupac just because he was the most powerful rapper with his words.
All right, see, I gotta hit you with the GOAT female rapper of all time, Miss Lauryn Hill. She's not in
Ooh,
my top 5, but I think Lauren is eating pretty much everybody that would round out your top 10. Lauryn Hill has to be included in that. I gotta
okay.
include Corrupt, Young Gotti. I
Yeah.
gotta include Jada Kiss,
Yeah.
Reggie Noble. Shout out to
Red
Redman. But if we talking my 5
Okay. Yeah.
to ever pick up a mic, I gotta go with the GOAT, man. Lupe Fiasco, Mr. Triple Quadruple Entendre himself. I dare you to find me another MC that has the depth to really go in that Lupe Fiasco has. I gotta throw Black Thought onto that list. I think Black Thought is criminally underrated.
Fact.
Find me another alien that spits. I can give you a Black Thought verse. Then Stacks himself, man, Andre 3000. Now,
Okay.
a lot of people were like, oh, he didn't have a body of work. I dare you to find me one whack Andre 3000 verse, whether it be a feature or an outcast joint.
Yeah.
Andre 3000 doesn't have a whack verse.
Not yet.
Listening to you talk, I'm thinking about like an El Zai from Slum Village. You know what I'm saying? With Elmatic. You know what I'm saying? Great project. But you already know what I gotta do, man. I gotta go to the guy behind the mask. You know what I'm saying? The guy with the ugly Cosby sweaters. MF Doom. You had a take that I thought was so absurd. I can't live it down. You said Doggy Style was better than Mad Villainy. I thought that was completely blasphemous.
It's a better listen. It's a better listen.
No, it's not. Listen, Mad Villainy is an absolute classic.
Oh, it's amazing.
Absolute. It's an absolute classic. No skips. MF Doom is on my 4, and these are in no particular order. And then I that last spot, do I put White Chocolate in there? Do I put Jay in there? But I gotta go with somebody that's a little bit around my age, from the West. I kind of want to put Uncle 40 in there. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Water.
That's different. Okay.
But I gotta go with Kendrick, man. I think Kendrick, his body of work from his mixtapes to present day, the Section 80, the Untitled Unmastered, all the projects that weren't, commercial. Kendrick, he's got so many bangers. Biggie has said some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look so good, you make me want to suck your dad's D. I'm like, when I heard it when I was in high school, I was like, what? Never. I think Pac was a great poet, but when it came to like spitting, he's not in the same class. He's not in the same class as like a Jada Kiss, a 3 Stacks, MF Doom. So that's my 5. Shout out to Mos Def, the Mighty Mos. I think he's another person that's criminally underrated. The Genius, the Jizza, Inspector Deck. You know, it's no secret I'm a huge Wu-Tang fan.
Yeah,
Corrupt, uh, the Far Eye, Fat
yeah,
Lip from Far Side. Shout out to Tribe. Like hip hop has meant everything to me. I don't think you
mm,
guys understand. For every situation, I can think of some bar from somebody that I could use and apply to every aspect of my
yeah.
life. So
Hey, the hip hop is like reading a history book. You know what I'm saying? Is that something you can look at and just remember the moments and things like that? And these will be a little better moments than, looking at a U.S. history book or something like that. But it's just amazing. Even to today, shout out to what Jid was able to do with his new project, God Loves Ugly. And who else? Just Gunna. He has another really dope project. If you went to the trap vibes of Atlanta, so it's still some heat out there. But we got to talk about one of the biggest stars to ever grace the hip hop scene. You
cool.
mentioned Kendrick, and last year he did some damage to a
Oh, you
guy.
talking about the Canadian Mr.
Yeah,
Bacon? You
Kendrick
talking about
did
Canadian Bacon?
he did some damage to that guy and his fan base to where they're
He
still
left maple syrup all over the track, bro.
so they're still feeling it. So I can't wait till we really get to the whole meat and potatoes of this situation. But when it comes to the case of the lawsuit, Drake, that he has towards Kendrick, it's been a witness they've been looking for. They've been trying to find him. Kojo Mine Asoma is the guy that they've been looking for a minute because Drake and his team believes that he was involved in directing payments and or financial incentives for UMG to third parties involved in online botting for the purpose of artificially inflating streaming numbers of Not Like Us. Uh,
Why would Drake think that Not Like Us was botted?
you know why? Because I got a new
Because
name.
Drake got bots.
Hey, I got a new name for him. He knows that reason why he knows because it benefited him. He is Tubat Shakur, and he has become a star because of the benefits of it. So
Too
he's kind of like, hey,
much the core.
he's like, I kind of know what y'all do. This is the first time y'all done use it against me, and it's really embarrassing. So I'm gonna try to tear this down. And for him, I think it's just an ego thing, and it's about trying to get money. Because for this Kojo dude, you hearing rumors that they really can't find him. You hearing some rumors that like, is this dude
Does
even
he
really
even
real?
exist? Does
Yeah,
he even exist?
yeah, so we're going to find out soon. But I just think for us, right, we're not about to win any money from this. This is not going to do anything for the Misfits pockets. But as fans of hip hop, it's like, what do you take away from all of this? And that's the question I find myself asking a lot of people in X land or Instagram world. Well, what are you going? What does it do if Drake wins this lawsuit? What does this mean? Because it can't take away from what we heard. We heard the music. We heard push-ups. We heard Euphoria. We heard 616 in LA. We heard Meet the Ground, Family Matters. We heard what Not Like Us was and is. And that this lawsuit changed none of that because no one ever said Kendrick won because of the numbers. We say he won because he finally created a West Coast bop, and it happened to be the song that's dancing over the grave of Drake during that battle. So I don't know why fans are so infatuated with this case like they are, but for me, it doesn't really mean much because we already heard the music and know that Kendrick came out as the victor, 5 Grammys, Super Bowl, the GNX tour breaking records. Hey, for me, it's over and done. The fight is over, but for some reason, Drake and his stands don't want to let it go. What's your thoughts, Elam?
I could tell you why Drake and his camp won't let it go. They not like us.
Okay.
Period.
Ooh, I like
Listen,
that.
man. For the mere fact that a year later you're still breathing life into this debate, this battle, it's more of an indictment on who Aubrey is. Not like I refuse to call him Drake. His name is Aubrey. His mama named him Aubrey, so I'm gonna call him Aubrey because his name is very Aubrey-esque and he's acting like a Aubrey. Uh, I don't know what else you need to see to show that he's not of the ilk. He's not of the cloth. He's not of the culture. He doesn't understand what it is to be in a battle. You win some, you lose some. Listen, anybody I know that has gotten into not just one fight, but who is a actual fighter, you have lost some. And
Fact.
it's okay. Listen, I got beat up, choked out, you know what I'm saying? Stretcher had to get called out for me in junior high school. It just is what it is. You're
Yeah.
going to lose some. The mere
And
fact that Drake cannot accept his defeat with any type of graciousness shows me a lot about who he is, about his character. Shea Gilders Alexander is rolling in his grave right now because he's making Canada look bad. You know what I'm saying?
and
And if this is what Canada is, like, bro, keep your maple syrup above the Mason-Dixon line, keep it above the northern border because we don't need you, bro. And ever since this battle, Drake has not been the same. To come
yeah.
out with a song like "What Did You Miss?" Like, come on, bro. Don't try to sit here and insult my intelligence. You know what you missed. Drake is your boy. That's your boy.
No,
That's not my boy, man.
I'm not a stan of him, so that's why
Yes, you are.
I
Yes,
like
you
to
are.
I'm a fan of Drake. I think that when he locked in and he raps, he is amazing. You know, he gonna kill the hooks and things like that. But I just think that more than ever today, he's so much like LeBron to me that they're so tapped into
Two
social
peas in a
media.
pod.
Yeah.
Two peas in
So
a pod.
that's why it's crazy that they're beefing, but they're so tapped into social media. I think he allows that to dictate more than what he does compared to a Kendrick J. Cole who just sits back and let the music speak for itself. And that's what I think he needs to be doing. To have over, they said maybe over 60 people to testify in this that his team is trying to get. It's like, what are we doing? And he just doesn't understand. The more you drag this on, the more you drag on the lifeline of not like us, to where whether he win this lawsuit or not, I would not be surprised to see a surge from not like us, just because all of the Kendrick fans and real hip hop fans just say, man, everybody play that so that we can make him remember what happened to him last year. But it's just a crazy situation. We are journalists, so we have to follow it and talk to you about it. But it's something that I'm not a fan of, man. But hey, it is what it
It's
is.
it
It's
it
crazy.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Listen to me, man. Drake, he's in a position to where all he could do is damage his social currency, man.
Yeah.
This is not going to bode well for him. Like
Facts.
in any facet. Like it's not going to make him more popular. It's just going to reinforce the anti-Drake, the anti-Canadian sentiment that's been steeped in brewing for over the past year. Uh I don't see a path forward for Drake. Like you have to stick to a lane. If you're making emotional music, if you're tapping into your emotions, if you're making music for the women, cool. That's your thing. But when you start trying to play the tough guy role, when you standing in the mirror with your BBL abs, no chest, no biceps,
Hey,
it
he
look like a clown, bro. And this is the thing. Drake is as old as I am, bro. And you're still having these same issues with women. When are you going to grow up, bro?
yeah.
If it's always everybody else and you're the common denominator, who's the problem?
Yeah, and that's what he has to understand. And you know, it got to such a crazy point to where his stands are improving him snitching and saying, man, he should drop what he know about LeBron to mess up his marriage, which got me like, I can't even describe it. You know what I'm saying? It got me blown away, but I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the situation, because whether he win or lose a case, his stands are going to look stupid when it doesn't change anybody's perspective on what happened in that beef. We're all going to be waiting for Drake to see what his next album sound like. If it sounds like that record we heard with Central C, don't nobody want to hear no more Afrobeat stuff. So we'll figure out what's going to happen. But we thank you guys for staying up with us for this midnight edition, or damn near midnight edition of the Misfits. We're going to be outside tomorrow. Be on the lookout for a new skit. We're going to be at the crypto.com arena, Sparks versus Liberty. And then, we're going to be outside many other times coming up because football season is here and we are excited about it. We thank you guys for tuning in. YouTube with Misfits live page on our X accounts. Much love and appreciation. Elam, get us out of here, man.
Hey, you know who you tuned in to? We are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. For Mykell the PG, check him out across all socials. Mykell the PG. Catch his work at MLB Bros, the Culver City Observer, the Sporting Tribune. I'm your guy, Elam. Just type in Eric Lambkins the second. Don't matter. You're going to find me. I'm the only Elam. Sporting Tribune, Culver City Observer. More to come. Until next week, we are the Misfits. From the greatest city that there ever is, LA. We out of here. Peace.